Hi everyone, it's Laura Milligan, and I am happy to be joining you today. I'm excited to share what I've created for today. Um, I am coming to you live from Canton, Ohio. That's where I have my studio. It's called the Bee Spot, and so I welcome you in. We're going to create something really pretty today. I have a couple announcements I'm going to make. One is if you're on my email list, which hopefully most of you are. Yesterday, I sent out information on my In Color Club and also my paper shares that I'm doing for the upcoming new catalog. It's always an exciting time when we have a new catalog, and I know that most of us are pretty excited about that to get our hands on some of the new products, right? Um, the other thing, and I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera down, but if you're not on my email list, I also shared all the information, all the details on the paper share and the In Color Club on this Facebook page that you're watching this live on now. So you can just scroll down when we're done and read about it and just contact me if you'd like the registration link or more information. So let me just change the camera view here. And the big news is we just found this out yesterday. Well, first, let me see who's there. If you're there, give me a shout out. This is not my normal time to go live. I have a busy day today. I have two classes coming, and I wanted to get this live in because I promised you I would be going live today. So here I am. But it's kind of a busy day. So anyway, there's Anne Marie. Hi, Anne Marie. Thank you for watching. Good to see you today. So the big news is so tomorrow is May 1st already. I can't believe it. So then May 2nd and 3rd, which is Friday and Saturday, Stampin' Up! Is offering double rewards, which is kind of fun because we now have this new reward system. You know, they changed it so we don't have hosts anymore. Everybody earns their own rewards on every order they place as long as it's a minimum of $20. So for Friday and Saturday, for example, if you place a $50 order in my online store, you will get, instead of getting $5 rewards to use on a future purchase, you're going to get $10 in rewards. So you're getting double that, which is really, really exciting. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Hi, Debbie. Sarah, I have to wish you a happy birthday. My sister's birthday is on Saturday, so I know Anne Marie and Debbie know my sister. But anyway, so happy birthday, Sarah. But anyway, so this is like a really big deal. Double rewards is always amazing. So wanted to mention that. So today, what I'm going to make is, I'm featuring the In Colors again, and I made this card last week in all of the 5 In Colors, and there was a frame left over that would go on the outside of this, and I hated to just throw them away, so I promised you that I would come back. I'd figure out a way to use them, and so that's what I'm going to do today. And I am featuring the Gallery Blooms and Beautiful Motifs stamp sets. These are in the new catalog. It's a beautiful suite. I believe it's called Beautiful Gallery, but it's called a mega suite because we have 2 stamp sets, 2 bundles. One bundle and 1 stamp set. As far as I know, I don't think this is a bundle. I think it's just this great set of words. And then there's gorgeous paper that goes with it. There are these amazing dies. I'm going to use some of these today. This is one of the dies. So I'm going to get my big shot out here and show you how to, what I'm going to do with this today. And I'm going to show you when I'm done all of the cards that I've made with the new In Colors. But for today, for the card that I'm going to show you, I'm going to use Strawberry Slush. So I'm going to bring my die cutting machine up here, and I'm going to cut this. So let's see. I'm going to turn this around. It's going to be easier for me to crank through from this side. Okay, there's Shell. Hi, Shelly. Good to see you. Are you home? Or are you on the road headed home? I saw that you were packing up all your bags. Okay, so this is just strawberry slush in this big frame, and I'm just going to crank this through. And I'm going to set this down, but I'm going to be kneading it in a minute too, so I'm just going to set it not too far from me. Okay, so we have this, and oh, okay, well, tell your sister I said hi. So this is what you get, and look how nicely that popped out. So this is what you get when you use this die. It's kind of cool. So you get a small frame, and then this large, you get this frame, and then this in the center. So what I used last week for the cards that I shared with you was this frame. And so let me show you that again, just so you can see. So you can see how that fits. And I made them in all the in colors. Hopefully you all saw that. But this was the piece. I didn't want to just throw it away. Hi, Marianne. How are you? So what I came up with, I'm excited to share this with you. So, okay, I'm going to take my paper trimmer first of all. I tried a couple different things, and then what I decided to do was cut the frame in half. You can see, let me grab a card base here. This is just our standard card base, and it does fit. You could definitely do it, you know, like this and make a card. It would actually be really pretty. But I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So this piece is, I believe it, yeah, it's 5 1/4. So I'm going to just cut it about 2 5/8. Just kind of guesstimating. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Cut it in half. Yeah, it is a great die, and this set is gorgeous. I am loving this set. Okay, so we have that. Next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of basic white, and I thought I had them all sitting here. Here they are, buried alive. So this is 4 inches across and 4 1/4 tall. And so what I'm going to do is create a square, and when I'm done with this square, I'm going to do a couple things with it, but when I'm done with this, it's going to need to fit on this piece. So what I'm going to do is just take the bottom part, and it's going to sit on the card. So it's the 4 inches across and then the 4 1/4 tall. So it's a little bit taller. It's more of a rectangle shape. It's not a square. Okay, so I'm going to just take this, and I'm going to put some glue here and here, just on that part right there. And then I'm going to take this other piece, and I'm going to position this like that, just creating this square. Whoops, let's make sure it's, there we go. I'm going to hold that for a second. What I'm doing is I'm just creating a square that will fit on this 4 by 4 1/4 inch white panel. That was the easiest way I found to do it. You may have a better idea, but that kind of worked for me. So before I do anything else, let me just make sure this is straight. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, before I do anything else, I'm going to now take a word stamp, and I'm going to use You've Been on My Mind. And I'm going to leave my frame here. I don't really need to. What I'm going to do is just stamp right in the center of this 4 by 4 1/4. And I could really just take this piece away, but I'm going to just leave it here. Make sure it's in pretty good position, and I'm just going to stamp that right there like that with strawberry slush ink. Okay. And now I'm going to set that aside for a minute. I'm going to do a little bit more stamping in a minute, but I'm going to set this aside for now. I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine again. And this time what I want to do is take my rectangle and my my exposed brick embossing folder, which is one of my favorites. I was happy to see that it carried over and didn't retire. So I'm going to go ahead and just emboss this frame. Whoops. Better open this up, huh? Okay. And I think at this point I'm done with my die cutting machine, so I don't have to use that anymore. So here's what this rectangle looks like now, and I liked embossing it because I felt like, now I'm going to point these out here, but I think if you're just looking at this square, when it's embossed, you don't see those cut marks there that I made. I feel like it kind of hides those. Okay, now I'm going to take my strawberry slush card base, get my bone folder out here. And I have some that I did on white card bases, and then I have some with the card base being the same color as the color I'm featuring on the particular card. So what I did next, I'm going to take a scrap of white card, basic white, and I'm going to stamp this corner image. I'm going to do 2 of those. So let's just go ahead and do those. Hi, Marcia. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this. And what I need for this, I'm going to be die cutting these, but so you can use any scrap of paper. Isn't this a pretty image? I think it's so pretty. And then what I did was I just took the coordinating die and just put the die like this, ran it through my die cutting machine. I did use a little Post-it note to hold it in place before I ran it through. So through the magic of television, let me show you how these 2 pieces turned out. So they're just like that. Now I'm going to do another thing, actually, while I have this stamp out. And you know what? I am going to need to use my die cutting machine again. I'm going to wait and do that. I'm going to wait and do that part at the end. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my frame and I'm going to glue it on here. The other thing I die cut, which I have done ahead of time just to save a little bit of time, was to use this die and cut 4. Actually, I cut 5, but I need 4 for the front of my card, and then I'm going to put 1 on the inside as well. So there's the 4 I need for the front of my card. This is a cute little leafy die. Okay, so now I'm going to take my frame and just glue it down flat. Did not pop it up, believe it or not. Whoops. That's not like me, right? Okay, so I'm just going to glue this onto our white piece. Just try to get that straight. That looks pretty good. Everybody that's on here, wish my sister a happy birthday. She's watching and her birthday is on Saturday. Okay, so then I'm going to just glue this on the front of my card base. Position that. That looks pretty good there. Okay, then I'm going to take my flowers and they're going to be on this corner and this corner. Like that. Doesn't that look pretty? So what I'm going to do with these, I am going to take my dimensionals and I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals on each one of these, just kind of like that. Just like that, and then I'll do the same thing. Hi Carmen, how are you? Hi, Susan. Thanks everybody for watching. So people that live in Canton, what about those thunderstorms last night? My goodness. And then this is going to rest over here in this corner. Okay, then what I'm going to do is take my leaves and I'm just going to tuck this under this raised floral die cut that we did. I'm just going to put a little dab of blue on the end, and one of them is going to go in here like this, just tucking that, and you can see it's going to fill up some of this white space here. So it's not, the words are kind of small for this shape, but I wanted to do that because then I'm going to add these leaves to fill in the extra space, and I thought they looked so pretty. This color, I don't know if I told you, this is shaded spruce. Do the same thing. I'm going to tuck some under here like that. And then I'm going to add 2 more on the outside of the flowers. Yeah, I'm going to put 1 under here. I don't want it to stick out too much over the side, but it can stick out a little bit and it'll still fit in the envelope. Okay, and then I'm going to do 1 up at the top. Have you all decided, do you have a favorite in color yet? Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you, and I'm working on an email about this to go out very soon, probably sometime this afternoon. But we did find out this yesterday, or Tuesday, I guess, that we will not be able to have the cloud cover ink pad when the catalog goes live. There's a chemical problem with it. It doesn't stay true to color, and so we're not offering it, which is sad. But the good news is we still have everything else in that color. It's a gorgeous color. I'll show it to you in a minute here. And we unfortunately are not going to be able to have it, but what we have instead, of course, we have the blends, we have the markers, we have the cardstock, we have the ink refill, and with the ink refill, you can use it with the little Stampin' spots that we have. I think I have one up here I'll grab to show you. So just these little ink spots, you can get them uninked, and then you can use your cloud cover re-inker on that. And for some reason, that is a different, it's not the foam surface like our ink pads are. It's more of like a canvas, I'm going to say. And that will work to stamp. So that's what I am suggesting. And that's what will, if you take part in my In Color Club, that's how I'm going to go forward with that. All right, so here we have this part of the card. And I'm going to just add some gems now. Yeah, Debbie, we had huge thunderstorms. Okay, and so then what I'm going to do is take this and just add some embellishments. They're always the finishing touch. Okay, I'm going to do 1 there, and then I'll do 1 here, just like that. So pretty, right? Isn't that pretty? Okay, then what I want to do, I want to show you something fun to do on the inside. And I was about to go live and I had this idea and it's like, okay, I think I can pull this off at the last minute. But what I'm going to do, this is the inside panel for my card, and I'm going to just ink this up. And I'm going to stamp this, and I'm going to go just beyond the edge of the flower. Or I mean, just beyond the edge of the quarter panel, the white panel. Just like that. And then what I want to do, I'm going to close up my ink. Oh, thanks, Anne Marie. Hi, Christy. How are you? Thanks for watching today. Then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to move everything out of the way because I'm going to bring my die cutting machine in again. And I feel like I'm lifting weights. Okay, so then let me grab my platform. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get this all set up. And I am going to take the die that coordinates with this and just get it lined up here like this. And I am going to grab my Post-it note because I don't want this to slip. And I'm just going to crank this through. Okay. Set all of this aside. And then I'm going to pull this off. It's going to look like this, which is, you're probably thinking, well, that's kind of weird. But what I'm going to do then is take my card. This is just a fun thing to do on the inside. So I'm going to take my card, I'm going to attach it with glue. Put this here like this. Give that a press, and then I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to pop this up. And actually, I'm going to put a lot of dimensionals on this because I really want it to pop. And I think I'm even going to grab my mini dimensionals. Pull all the backings off. And I'm just going to tuck this right in place, but it's going to be popped up, which I just think is something fun to do on the inside of the card. And then I did die cut one more of the shaded spruce. That's kind of a tongue twister, of the shaded spruce leaf. And I'm going to just tuck this like I did before. I'm just going to kind of tuck that like that. And so there's the inside of my card. So here's the front. This is Strawberry Slush. And you open it up, you have a cute little popped up flower. I want to show you, I had done this. This is a card from my Thankful Garden class. And I had done the same thing on the inside. Don't you love these colors? This is soft sea foam and fresh freesia. And so I did the same thing. I stamped a little more than half of the hydrangea on the inside panel and then die cut it and popped it up. And I just thought that was really, really fun. So I'd like to switch it up a little bit. Okay, so there you have that. Let me show you the other colors and you can all decide what your favorite color is. Okay, so let me just show you first. Here's Darling Duckling with the Darling Duckling card base as well. And then this is Cloud Cover. And so for this one, it does have the Cloud Cover base, but I used the Secret Sea ink since I don't have we were not able to pre-order the Cloud Cover re-inker, so that's why I used that, but I think that looks really pretty. And then I did these two in with a white card base. Here's the Timid Tiger, and then here is the one with Secret Sea. And I am a big lover, as you know, of white card bases. I just love the clean look of it, the simplicity of it. But I must say, I think I kind of prefer these, in this situation at least, these cards with the colored base. So what do you all think? Do you have a favorite? What do you like? Do you like the colored card bases for this? Do you like the white card bases? Give me a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think. Don't be shy. Let me pull these up here a little bit. I really like the Strawberry Slush, which is why I wanted to make that for you today. But I just think this is a really, really pretty card. It's pretty quick to do. It has a few steps, a little bit involved, but not too involved. So, thanks, Shelly. Shelly says, I love both. Debbie says she likes the colored card bases. Okay. I'm kind of torn. And what I did for the words, so on the one that I made today, I put "You've been on my mind," but this is the word set that goes with this suite. And so I did one with "Celebrate." I did one with "Wishing you love and happiness that lasts a lifetime," which is, of course, a wedding, perfect for a wedding card. And so you can switch up the words. And then what you do, of course, is just adjust where you're putting your leaves for your sentiment so that it goes around. It kind of snuggles around the sentiment. Okay. So those are the cards. I want to bring in my sheet again. I hope I can find it. Oh, yeah, here it is. Because a lot of you weren't on at the beginning when I talked about this, but this is a big announcement that we just heard about on Tuesday, I believe it was, on May 2nd and 3rd, which is Friday and Saturday of this week. It is National Scrapbooking Day. 2 days we're offering it though, but it's National Scrapbooking Day, and so Stampin' Up! Is offering double the rewards. So you all know that we have the new rewards program, and anytime you place a $20 order, you're going to earn 10% in rewards, so $2 on your future purchase. So during this special on May 2nd and 3rd, they are giving double the rewards. So if you place an order of like $50, instead of getting $50 to use on a future order, you're going to get $10 to use on a future order, which is awesome, right? So I know it's right before the time our new catalog goes live, but if you have not stocked up on card stock or checked out our last chance list, there's a lot of things to look at, a lot of things to love there. And to get those double rewards, this would be the perfect time to take advantage of that. I thought this was kind of cool. So don't miss out on that. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to mention. I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go back and just say goodbye. I'm getting ready for 2 full classes this afternoon of Stampers coming. Wouldn't it be fun if all of you could come here and stamp in my studio with me? I would love that so much. Maybe sometime we'll have that opportunity. But anyway, I'm going to just hold up this card as I say goodbye, and I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm planning to be back on Monday. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to be sharing with you, but May 6th, next Tuesday, is when the catalog goes live, which is always a very, very exciting day. And I'm sure I'll be busy that day helping everybody and putting some orders in for myself, of course. But anyway, thank you all for watching today. I hope you have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next time. And as always, I hope you have time to be creative today. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye.